welcome back to the IRONCAST podcast, season 2, episode 1. It's been a little while, but we are back. I'm joined obviously by Isa and Tom.
Hello.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time you're listening, watching.
And I think we're just going to shoot with a quick episode to kick off the new season. First things first, we're going to try and be a little more consistent and last longer than 10 episodes this time.
We can try.
There was a small, global event that they may have stopped us from recording. But, these things happen. You never know when the next one's coming around the corner, so you can't plan for everything.
Yeah, we're also testing out the new webcam, so you can actually see us this time.
Visuals.
Yeah, exactly, visuals. Hopefully, we're all right. We're not too camera shy, and we might be looking down and stuff because my laptop, computer's down here.
Not we look down at anyone that listens.
No, we always look up on people.
Let us know if we look ugly, and we'll go back to no visuals. It depends what you prefer.
Depends what you prefer.
So let's just get straight into it. I think we can just go through a quick 2020 recap, considering it's been, I think, just under a year since last time we were all together.
What do we want to say?
I think our 2020s are probably all quite similar. Just sit on our arse.
Just inside,
stuck inside. It's like being in prison for a year, but you're
in prison, but you're free.
There was a couple of months where we could see each other. And
I thought it was a good few months actually as well.
A great few months.
By and large.
But then closed again.
Yeah.
Go home, lock up your wives, and
yeah. But it actually that brings us quite smoothly on to the topic of the program. In a way, if you twist it around a little bit, and we're talking about I think it's something that's been brought more common in the last few weeks and months.
In the past couple of months, I feel like it's been a big Twitter thing.
Yeah.
A lot of threads on it.
Is the trend of the ick. I don't know if those of you that know, it's something that basically will put you off your partner, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever they may or may not be.
I think how you just described it as a trend is the perfect way to describe it. I feel like people are just saying shit to say shit.
Just the clout. You know what people are like.
Like, for example, you might see a girl on Twitter say, "Oh, I get the ick when the boy I fancy ties his shoes."
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't tie my shoes, so I'm alright.
What do you want? Velcro? Strap on?
I'm actually. If that was me, I'll be in real trouble because my laces always come undone. I'm really unlucky with laces. I don't know if it's the way I walk or something, or maybe I'm not very good at tying them.
Maybe that's why you don't have a girlfriend.
But it must be that. I'm taking someone out and then my laces come undone and I think, well, that's it.
That's the end of it.
You've lasted an hour. Well done.
So we asked you, our friends, our supporters, for you to send in your icks, and we were going to deconstruct them on the episode. So I think people have sent in to us. I'll just go first. So I got my phone in my hand.
Go for it.
Let's rattle a few of these off and see what we think. So
what should we do? Just list them off and
I'll just read it, and then we can just say
okay.
what we think, and then tell them why they're idiots, and then move on.
Yeah.
We'll keep these anonymous, by the way, because I don't want to bait anyone out. So I've got one here. Somebody says that they get the ick when a boy gets hurt and he says, "Ow." What do we think about that one, Joe?
I don't know what the alternative is.
Do you want me to be in pain and just keep it in?
You've got to say
it's not like
jinkies.
It's not like you say "ow." You wouldn't go to say "ow," would you? It's just a natural thing you do. It's just
ow.
You're not just walking down the street and go "ow."
Well, here you go. The same person also said when boys put sun cream on, they get the ick. So they would rather a boy get skin cancer, which you would think would naturally maybe make them say "ow."
You would. It doesn't.
It's
So
always
a problem. So
come together.
unless this person, I don't know, lives somewhere there's not very much natural light, then I can't imagine that they're very successful.
I think this is probably the reason that this person maybe will never have a boyfriend, because she just wants them to suffer, but they're not allowed to moan about it, which is quite difficult, I would say. We've got one here. I'm going to say the name of this one because he's a friend of the podcast. Everyone knows him, Charlie Remnant, of course. And he said to me that he gets the ick when someone is a Man United fan.
Well,
maybe that's why me and Charlie never worked out.
You're still here, he's not. What does that say?
I'm inclined to agree, but also I do feel like Charlie is a hypocrite because I think it's just about being a Liverpool fan. They're both, do you know what I mean? They're both in a way very similar football clubs. Do you know what I mean? You might say you hate them. It might be a rivalry. You might hate them, but do you really? No. Let's be honest. Do you know what I mean?
Sure
it's not that.
Ren
It's not that
sent some to
serious.
you as well, didn't he?
He sent me a couple. Yeah.
Do you remember them?
He likes to have a contribution.
Say them. While we're on the topic of Remnant.
I was going to just get my phone to get the wording correct. Don't want to, do him dirty. So the first one he sent in was pedos. which I feel like is it's quite.
I think we'll fair that. You know what? That's the first one that goes in the pile of fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know.
I wouldn't say being a pedo is the ick though. It's
I feel like that's
straight up criminal activity.
Yeah.
It's immoral, right?
What else he said?
Smoking.
Yeah.
I feel like
I can see
understand
that
why
one.
people would say that.
Yeah.
Especially Rem's like a he's a nice boy. He's clean, isn't he? He's straight edge.
I feel like smokers can only be with a smoker, really. Not all the time. There's obviously things.
Yeah, I get.
But I feel like
a lot of people that don't smoke don't like the smell. Or
if you don't like smoking, you're really against it. You're not like to get on with someone that does smoke. I don't feel like.
No, yeah, I feel like
you can't really escape it if you're with somebody.
No,
that
exactly.
smokes,
Yeah.
The most dangerous thing he's ever done, I think, is have a McDonald's after a night out. So
yeah, he was.
That his first, I remember his first McDonald's actually. That was
emotional.
It's quite a moment.
Emotional.
Yeah.
I've got another one here.
Has he sent any more in?
No, he hasn't sent me any more. This is other people now.
Okay.
I've got one here. It's actually a question rather than
Oh,
me.
right.
Which are better as pets, monkeys or frogs? Now, what I will say is, I think a monkey would be cooler, but I think you probably would see more people that have a frog as a pet than a monkey as a pet.
Agreed. But I've seen so many cool videos of monkeys doing really like building Lego. I just thought I would love that as a pet.
There's an account on TikTok where this guy has a monkey and he literally just like lets it do its own stuff. And
I've seen that guy.
He's got like your monkey content or something, and he got the monkey a water bottle, and he came in like the cardboard box, and the monkey took the cardboard box, took it out, read the instructions, learned how to like open and like close.
They're
the
gonna
bottle.
take over the world one day.
I tell you what, it's like having a child that's intelligent. It's brilliant, and they don't whine all the time. And it's like there's no. Well, I mean, it's not really a dream scenario. It could attack you.
I mean, they have to wear nappies though, because they can't get toilet trained. So you've got to make sure you keep cleaning up your monkeys. Business.
His ones and twos.
Every silver lining has a cloud, as they say. So.
Yeah, I suppose so. I've got a few more here, guys. Somebody here gets the ick when somebody walks weird.
Walks weird.
So I mean, I suppose if you have a bag leg, you're fucked.
I was gonna say, what if it's something you can't control? Like if it's just something like if you walk like thinking you're cool, or like a bit of a limp. On purpose. No, not like a limp. You know what I mean?
A limp on purpose to look cool.
No, like when people like drag the legs and. Right, ignore me.
Okay, we'll move swiftly on.
Yeah.
How about tripping over something and trying to cover it up?
I do that a lot, so I feel like again
you're just a clumsy person, aren't you?
I am slightly clumsy. I feel
but
like
this is basically saying that you should then trip over and just admit that you tripped over.
Just fall straight flat on your face. You try to style it out. I would think it's cool trying to style it out. If you tripped over and literally went catapult straight in your face, I would think, it's a little bit embarrassing. If you trip and do some sort of like skip and shimmy yourself, land on 2 feet, I'll be like, pretty impressive.
The theme I'm getting here is that some of these girls would rather boys actually came into physical pain.
Yeah.
It does that, doesn't it? I tell you, if you use sun cream, trip over and your laces come undone, well, that's me actually. I've described myself.
I've got another one from the same girl. When a guy bends over and you can see his arse crack.
Yeah. Actually, do you know what? Again, that can go in there.
It's a bit
understandable one.
Gross.
What if it's a nice arse crack?
Pull your pants up.
Yeah, but it rarely is. Do you know what I mean?
It's normally builders, isn't it, as well?
not to be generalised.
Not to stereotype.
But they're normally, slightly hairy, a bit sweaty, and just something you don't really want to see. I mean, personal opinion.
I've got two more now. I've got one here. The UK rap game apparently gives somebody the ick.
What do they mean exactly by that?
I don't know. It just says Rap Game UK.
Who said that?
Chris Hegg.
Oh, Rap Game UK.
He doesn't like Dave, apparently. He doesn't like...
Is that a series or something, Rap Game UK?
I don't know.
I don't know, I think yes.
When she doesn't want to binge watch Care Bears.
I don't know what Care Bears is.
If you don't know what Care Bears are.
Some bears and they care for you.
They're caring bears.
They are nice bears. Tom doesn't know what it is.
No, okay, sorry, I've ruined that one already.
Tom's ruined it. Is
that
up,
okay?
So.
Yeah. I've only got a couple more. We've got when birds are trying to act like blokes.
Fucking hate that.
I mean, yes and no.
See, I think it depends. Like, what does he mean?
But again, it comes down to preference, and I would say that's not an ick. That's a preference.
So you don't mind girls that act like blokes?
Well, I mean, it's not really something I think about.
But what is a girl that acts like
exactly?
a bloke?
Do you know that's what I mean? It's not really. I think it's too vague.
We could be treading slightly PC lines if we delve any deeper into this subject.
Yeah, I do think so. But I think it's. I don't know. Is it someone that enjoys a pint? Because I don't think that's a blow. I quite happily have a pint with a girl. Do you know what I mean? A nice pint of Stella.
Yeah, true.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of things that go into that, but I don't really. I think it's more down. There's a lot to
dissect.
Yeah, dissect. It's quite a broad one, but I wouldn't call it an ick. I would stick with that.
Okay.
Preference.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to the one here. Being a dunce.
I mean,
I suppose if someone's being a dunce, then.
Thing is, if you're a dunce yourself, probably being with a dunce doesn't bother you because you're stupid as well. But if you're intelligent, like we are, that's all
I thought you were going to say something else.
That's all I've got.
I was waiting for the punchline. Sorry.
That's all I've got.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess.
I feel like for a lot of people, you have to have a good conversation, a bit of banter, a bit of sort of. It requires a degree of intellect. It's not, don't have to know.
Every other person, every person has their own different level as well.
Exactly. Right? So I think as long as you can sort of match someone on the same sort of level, so you can have a conversation without it being painful, then fair enough. I don't think necessarily you got to be really academic, really clever, but I think it's just a bit of common sense, which people lack these days. So.
Charlie forced a word up.
He's made a lot of money on stocks, though, isn't he? So
he's not got common sense, but he's got.
He couldn't cross a road, but he can,
build
afford to build a road.
Any more?
Yeah, got a few more. Well, a couple. Boys with long fingernails. I think that is unacceptable.
Yeah.
I feel like that strays into the fair enough pile.
I feel like it's
that's just basic hygiene.
linked to hygiene. Yeah.
That's just,
that should just be a general expectation.
But I think,
do you know what I mean?
it's like you wouldn't want to be near someone that has bad hygiene anyway, would you? Regardless whether it's friend, foe, or lover. If someone doesn't smell too good, doesn't really shower, doesn't take care of themselves, then what can you do?
Why are you talking about Ben like this, bro?
Oh,
I'm joking.
Poor guy, he can't help
It was a
himself.
joke. Word to Ben, bro. Love that guy.
Missed that, man. Got the last one here. When girls have nasty fag breath.
I just don't like girls with stanky breath. Full stop.
Anyone with stanky breath?
Yeah.
Any type of stench.
That's a no.
Yeah.
That's not an ick though. Again, it's
it's hygiene. Yeah.
Stop stinking. Start.
Well, it comes back to like the smoking one that Remnant put in before. Like it's just if you like smoking, then
it's all right.
Most likely going to be with someone that smokes.
It's all right. It's all right.
Now the big question: what are your two icks?
I think I don't have any. It's just not. It's stupid.
No, the thing is, I think the concept, Nick, is terrible. At the end of the day, you either like someone or you don't. There are certainly things.
I don't like though. Liars.
Liars is never good. No,
liars,
that's just a trait.
Get rid of them.
Yeah, that's bad vibes. That's two thumbs down.
Anti-vaxxers.
Yeah, people spreading anti-vax stuff. That is a bit of a red flag. Actually, that could be described as some sort of ick, perhaps.
I agree, but again, it's kind of generalising. But that sort of group of people deserve to be generalised.
Yeah.
Get rid of them. That's all I'm going to say.
I wouldn't say get rid of them, but I would say, I'm not
Let
calling...
them go to Dubai.
I don't know.
No, because then they'll get it.
Oh, right, okay.
What's your ick, Tom? You got any?
The only thing I would say, and that's not really an ick, but makes me cringe a lot, is when people act like influencers when they're just not. They will thank someone on their Instagram story. Thanks, Adidas, for sending me this. Like they didn't send it. You bought it on the website. Yeah.
For this, you numpty.
It's like cheers, Thames Water, for the great shower I've just had. Great supply and hot water every day. Like you don't do those things. You have 600 followers. Do you know what I mean?
Fake influencers.
I mean, not that people should be judged by their followers. Not that people should be judged by their followers.
Name and shame.
But it's just
you're bad.
Like it's just it's just really cringy because you can see that people are desperate to be sort of. It's part of influencer culture. People are desperate, I think, to be part of that. But I think people are influenced by the wrong people. That's part of the problem.
Definitely.
But it's just something you do cringe a little bit. You sort of look at it, you're like, At the end of the day, like if I bought something like ASOS the other week, I'm not going to go thank them on my story, am I? I fucking spent my money on that. And, do you know what I mean? I'm doing my bit to keep the company going. They should be thanking me, if anything. So, But that's an it. So.
That was Tom's weekly rant.
Yeah.
More to come with those, ladies and gentlemen.
So I think we basically come to the consensus as a group that the ick is a silly thing.
Yeah. I don't think it's real.
It's not real.
I think it's just
a around, it's just
social construct, really.
Yeah.
But
that's exactly what it is.
Well, yeah, like most things. To be fair, like most things. But yeah, I just don't know.
It's just those sorts of threads on Twitter where people say listing all these things like like the tying shoelaces thing, like general things that people just do. Like, what are you meant to do?
It's just your life.
It's just
Do you know
life,
what I mean?
you know. Tie your shoelaces.
At the end of the day,
Just let people live.
someone doesn't like you and you tie your shoelaces are, they're not going to like you full stop.
Exactly.
So just,
They're just not the
bin
one.
them off.
Let people live, spread love and happiness.
Positivity.
Oh God.
Preach.
For real.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I want to bring to the table now.
What's that?
Today I received a threat letter. A threater.
A threat.
Anonymously in the post. I arrived back in Liverpool and I opened my letter. And I don't know who wrote this. It's dated from October, but I've only just received it. And it's just a drawing of a swing on a tree with some butterflies. And it says shitty drawing. And then there's a note that says, basically, shut the fuck up, pretty much.
It was quite aggressively worded,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
If anyone out there listening now, if you know who did it, or if you did it, please just tell me and we can just talk this through. I just need to know.
It's cryptic.
Yeah, it is
It's
cryptic.
interesting.
But it's weird because I don't think our generation are not a letters generation, are we?
No, someone's trying to send a message, like, you know.
You know,
There's going to be like a
what
Barbie
is the
doll head
point?
in the post next or something. Be like, you next. You know what I mean?
what's the point in sending these letters?
No.
What's the end game?
This is my horror movie that's happening right now in
This is the
my
beginning.
life. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's only downhill from here. See you later, guys. In like a month's
It's been
time,
good,
it's
been
going to be
good.
just you two. I won't.
We
be
need to
here
find a
anymore.
new co-host, actually, won't we? If you want,
Yeah,
if you want to take Alfie's
Yeah,
spot after
you
you want to
Open auditions.
Maybe,
please get in
maybe
contact.
whoever's writing these letters wants to replace you as the co-host.
They
It
heard
makes
that we
sense.
bring the IRONCAST back, and
It makes
they
sense.
had to act
Makes
quick.
sense, yeah.
They knew that this was going to be the next big thing. I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, what's the next steps for it? Like, what are you gonna do?
Well, the problem is because there's no leads I have at the moment. And do you know what? I used to sometimes think it'd be so cool to be like an investigator as a job, right? This is my first ever thing I've had to investigate, and I'm stumped after 5 minutes.
There's not a lot left though, is there, from a letter? You can try and match handwriting. We're actually given that Ben
Problem
task
is, we live in
to
such
do
a
the
digital
handwriting.
world nowadays. It's so hard. I feel like to do that.
Exactly. To trace a
Yeah.
letter is much harder to
I
trace
don't really even
digital.
know what like half the people we see every day's handwriting is like. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
So
I barely know my own handwriting. I don't think I've written anything in months.
I haven't really
Yeah,
anything in
me neither,
ages.
really.
I thank you card actually I wrote the other day.
That's nice.
Yeah. So basically, keep
Keep your eyes peeled.
yeah, that's it. Because
Maybe if you've had a similar experience, let Alfie know.
I mean, you know what? Maybe we like in the next segment in the podcast we could like bring people's stories in.
oh,
like,
I'd love
weird-
that. If
you know,
you've
weird
got any
letters.
spooky stories,
If anyone sent you any booky letters, or
I tell you
put
what
it
is
in the
spooky.
comments.
I don't know if I've spoken this before. Have you heard the story about the Bold Street time slip?
No.
is it the one where like people constantly see like people from like hundreds of years ago?
Yeah.
I think I've
There's
read this.
multiple accounts of people throughout the last sort of few decades, people walking down Bold Street, and they would just, for a moment in time, allegedly we should say, appear to be 100 years ago in the past.
Like
There's
the
horn
sort of
carriages
shops
coming out
that
of the
they'd
shop.
see,
Yeah,
like the shops that were there like hundreds of years ago.
yeah. There was an account actually from a Merseyside police officer as well when he was chasing a criminal up Bold Street. The criminal literally, after he turned a corner onto Bold Street, just disappeared. The police officer literally just disappeared. He was right behind him. He just disappeared. And anyway, and then the criminal, alleged criminal, which is also safe for legal reasons, then later on said when he was running, all of a sudden as he turned that corner onto Bold Street, time just changed around him. Obviously, these may not be real things. They're
We should
lies
film
and
an
lies.
episode in Bold Street and just keep running around
Yeah.
corners.
There's a sick podcast I watch. It's like two guys basically sit outside places like with their table and podcast, and anyone who walks past they just get on as guests.
That's
It's
lit.
very cool.
Mm.
We could just sit on Bold Street and see
Could
who
you
fancies.
fucking imagine the type of people we'd get?
That would be incredible.
Just have some flipping fella just come start dancing behind us.
Joe.
If you want to see that, then you know, it's up
Anything you want, put it in the comments. It's season 2. We're back. It's on
for good.
YouTube.
Hopefully,
We have hopefully got some good interviews coming as well over the
have we?
next few months.
Can imagine we have.
Oh,
We're not going to say anything just yet. Not going to say anything just yet.
all
We've
I'm
got some
going to
special
say
guests.
is there's a TV superstar.
Huge,
Yeah.
massive.
TV
Let's
superstar.
not reveal anything too
No,
much.
no.
No.
Just that's all you need to know. He's been on telly.
Under lock and key. Yeah.
He's been on telly.
Yeah.
And he's cool. And I'm not making it up. he could.
He's real.
He's a real guy that's been on telly.
His motives, I'm unsure of, but
he's a strange guy.
yeah,
he's
but
a guy
he's real.
that's been on the television.
You will see, hopefully soon.
If you like stuff, you'll know him. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Not let anything else slip. I'll tell you what else I want to say. Shout out James Birch.
Yeah, and Colin.
And Colin.
Mm.
The whole family.
The whole Birch family. The whole Birch
All of them. The extended Birch clan, you know.
Hope you had a wonderful birthday.
We haven't seen
what
Birch.
Colin's ick is. Sorry, just a
flavour, for one.
Yeah, the Birches are one of the nicest families out there, but they are not ones for seasoning. Let's put it out there.
Don't eat dinner with them. Just
do
be
spend
around them.
every day with them, but at sort of between 6 and 7 every day. Just yeah.
Just sit. We haven't seen James since pretty much we filmed the last episode, which was a long time.
It's been a long time.
Start March, I believe.
Mm.
You would think that after such a long layoff, we'd have some really creative ideas.
We don't actually.
I mean, we have a camera now. That's pretty creative.
Is it creative or is it infrastructure?
I think it's like industry standard at
Yeah.
this point. But it's
moving.
better than nothing.
Yeah, exactly. It's going in the right direction.
Exactly. Next thing you know, we'll be
live and direct in your own house.
Oh, could you imagine if we just went to people's houses?
We could do VR podcasts.
Yeah.
So people would be sat there right with us.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
I think we're on to the next big thing here.
There's
Should have
the
said that out
$1 million
loud,
idea.
shouldn't we?
There's
We
the
should
$1
be just
million
giving it
idea.
away.
Ace it out. Ace it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you what we should do one day. Do a podcast where we just take shots all the time and stuff. Just get absolutely destroyed.
Do a drinking game.
Yeah, pretty much. But like I don't know what the rules are, but just basically get drunk on the poddy. That'd be cool. I think people like that.
Yeah, we need to have someone to as a mediator.
Rem's not here, so it can't be
not.
Rem. No. Normally it'd be him.
Probably find someone sensible.
I would say Ben, but that is not really fitting the mold as sensible, is it?
He'd probably be
He'd
lighting a
join
DB
in,
in the back. Wouldn't it?
Zuby.
What else has happened in the last year?
It's been
The thing, it's been a really eventful but uneventful year at the same
I
time.
think the fact we're struggling to think about things to talk about just kind of sums it
It
up.
was Charlie Forster's birthday last weekend. Say happy birthday in the comments.
Yeah. I mean, you've had your 21st as well now.
Oh, yeah.
You're big 21
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
You're large and 21 now.
It's not like last year though. Last year we had an absolute great time. I still had a great time, but there's no like crazy party stories this time.
No.
I sort of just sat on my own most of the day, and then drank some champagne and went to bed. And my parents were at work. I wasn't like sad about it. Do you know what I mean? It's life.
Yeah, such is life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, your dad had a big birthday, didn't he, the other day as well?
He did actually. Yeah.
Huge.
He again very similar to you. He actually worked during the day until 5 o'clock.
The grind just doesn't stop for some people. I'm so
We just
proud.
grind us. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we aspire to be.
Yeah.
You look like you're to say something there. You look like you're
in thought.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
the
just thinking
concert.
about salt and pepper baguette.
Aren't we all?
Actually, that's something that has happened over the last few months.
I'm pretty sure we had a rant about them bringing it back in season 1.
Have they returned now? Are they back?
No, was it? Oh no, it was.
It's
Sorry,
rumours,
I beg your
rumours.
pardon. I've got my time frame muddled up. It was the end of the first year. They stopped them, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure on a different podcast episode we said they need to bring them back. I'm pretty
We
sure.
did, yeah. Sorry, I've got my
But-
time scale muddled.
No, that's alright, mate. But they have brought them back, kind of.
In a bloomer.
In a bloomer,
In a
which isn't
bloomer.
as good, but
It's not. Just, the
better than
crust
nothing.
to bread ratio is just
It's
it's
not
not there.
But it is better than nothing. It's better than no salt and pepper at all.
Yeah.
Bread of any
Agreed.
kind.
I've actually got something. This is a conversation we've been having in the past. It's about risks and life.
Right.
Okay. And it's the idea that life is just a series of calculated risks.
I mean, it
What
makes
do you reckon about that?
What do you mean? Like, can you explain a bit further?
So the whole theory is risk. A risk is not just doing one big thing. You know, lumping a big sum of money on some sort of event, like a gamble like that. It's just every day you go through you have different questions that are presented to you in the form of choices, and you weigh them up in most of the time in a split second, and you make your decision. You know, what do you want for dinner? That is a calculated risk. What are do you know what I mean? But obviously some risks are bigger than others. But the whole idea that life is a series of risks.
There's some substance behind it for sure. I don't know if like everything's a risk. Do you know what I mean?
But you think everything has a consequence?
But like when I go to bed, there's no risk.
There is.
Well, I
There's a
die.
risk you
You risk you could suffocate.
Yeah.
I suppose, but yeah, that's
It's
true.
the idea that nothing in life is risk-free, basically. That's what I'm getting
I
at.
think like with sleep as an example, you've been through sleep so many times, you kind of know there isn't potentially as much of a risk as anything else.
I think the idea is probably true, to be fair. But like when you deep it, if you think about it like that, nobody basically really cares about anything, pretty much.
I mean, it's like if it's like a bunch of choices, like obviously some things aren't going to have a consequence as such, but they may be. I mean, yeah, they could, but like if it's between having, I don't know, like
chips or cheese,
like chips or cheese. Let's say you're not lactose intolerant or anything like that. If you have cheese, then I mean, what's that going to do to you?
But
you have bad dreams.
I'm not. It could be. It could be anything. It could be for some people the straw that broke the camel's back in terms of, I don't know, a heart attack. Everything has a risk. That's the idea.
Maybe not like I'm trying to say is like maybe might not be the risk as such, but like it might be less enjoyable.
Yeah, but again, that's a counter. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The risk of not doing something is not getting the benefit of it.
Yeah. Okay.
I've got a question for you guys.
Go on.
Yes.
If you had trouble sleeping at night, would you take sleeping pills?
I think it depends how bad my trouble with sleeping would be. If it was like one night, maybe I think, I'm just having a bad day. Head down.
Just a little random thought that popped into my
Personally, I would try everything to avoid it.
Yeah.
Because that's what I mean. Because I know a lot of people kind of there's a sort of stigma, I would say, around stuff like that. People don't really want to do it for better or for worse.
Yeah.
But
I think it's a lot of medication, and particularly sort of mental health related medication. There is a lot of stigma around.
I feel like things like that as well. People think like they're going to require it as well to sleep, so like people can't go to sleep.
You don't want to get reliance.
Yeah, exactly. Reliance.
It's like Xanax. Don't want to get reliance.
No Xannies for us.
Or Percocets.
No. Or heroin.
That's the worst one, probably.
Yeah.
Don't try heroin.
Heroin clean for 20 years. Easy, you got a question for us too? We've both given a question.
Yeah, you've been giving some. I don't know.
What's been weighing on your mind?
I don't know. I'm just a bit disappointed about the whole this. Well, for me and you at least anyway. This last year at uni. It's just kind of come. We've got the last 4 months, and we're stuck inside.
Join retake gang. Come on.
See, that's the thing. I don't know what I'm going to do after uni. I could still be here for another year. Might not.
Just mess around, just do things.
This is related to that a lot, Issa. I'm in the middle of a ongoing battle with our landlord at the moment.
Oh yes.
And actually,
we'll leave them unnamed though.
We will for legal reasons, because there is an ongoing legal case against
and we also still live with them.
We also do live. Actually, I can't even say that.
No,
I can't even say that.
We live in one of them.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, but give me your thoughts about this. What you believe about landlords? For me, I think the idea that I have to pay for a property. Well, obviously not now. I've moved back as of today. But for the end of December and the month of January, I was legally not allowed to live here. The government said you cannot travel back to university at the start of February. So I, being the law abider that I am, I didn't. So I do not believe I should be paying full for that. If I booked an airport ticket or what are they called? Plane ticket. It's so fucking long. I forgot what it's called. Plane ticket. And the government, like they have done, put in travel restrictions. I would not expect me to pay. They would not expect me to pay for that ticket, would they?
I feel like this has been quite a big thing with students over the past year.
I've been ignored. Yeah. I think. This week I wrote to my member of parliament, John Redwood.
I don't know anything about him.
Now I don't. By and large, I don't really agree with a lot of stuff with John Redwood, but I'm going to give a bit of credit to him. Actually, I don't like him a lot, but he has got back to me straight away the next day. Said he wrote to the government on my behalf, sent over my email what I sent, and he said that he will hear back in the next week or so. So I think I'm going to encourage everyone listening to this. If you're a student in that situation, you've had to unfairly pay your rent, email your member of parliament, because if everyone does that, there's 650 different MPs. I guarantee you, in Liverpool Uni, there is one person every constituency in the UK.
Almost definitely. Probably most unis to be
fair. I would say so. So if people start putting pressure on all sides, it will be too difficult not to act. Now, if just one, me, I'm a little nobody really.
Small fry.
I'm a small fry. I've got no significance really.
Not yet.
Not yet. You never know what happens. You get a few lucky breaks, but me and nobody. Quick email. It took me 5 minutes to my MP, and the email's already in the inbox of the universities minister. Do you know what I mean? That small thing took me 5 minutes. Could potentially make a big impact.
Save you thousands.
It could. I hope it does, because with their help or not, I will not be paying my full rent this year, and I will say that confidently.
Yeah.
Join the movement. This
Yeah,
is
join the
beginning to
movement.
our
Put your foot
political
down.
party.
Yeah,
The fella party.
it's about representing yourself.
Open for all.
You know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's Tom's second rant of the day. Actually.
No, hey,
It's been a while.
Yeah.
You can get all
the
the
rants
rants
are
out
welcome.
you
The
need.
rants are absolutely welcome.
Like I said,
Yeah.
I feel like that's quite a lot. Like it's quite a big issue with a lot of students now. There's a lot of things like the tab and like the student newspapers are all like.
I think it's all
Collective
good
anger.
talking about it.
It's more
But
doing stuff.
If you've
yeah.
got to, and doing something, it's not means sharing a petition on your Instagram story. That's the worst. Well, you know, it's better than doing nothing. But it's one of the worst forms of, you know, what's it called? And you
Stick it to the man.
I'm not spoken for so long. It's I've been locked away for 12 months.
Silent.
I forgot words. Worst forms of like a
I don't know what
social
I think
action.
of.
like a I don't know. It's gone. It's gone. The moment's gone anyway. But look, do a bit more. An email to an MP takes 5 minutes. That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
For any issue as well. For any issue you feel strongly about. Change can happen, folks. For the better or for the
Email
worse.
your MPs.
It starts at the bottom.
Yeah. Just
Bottom up.
get engaged. Get active.
At the end of this episode, before you even do anything else, email your MP.
What we want you to do is everyone
Email.
watching, listening to this, email your MP about something different.
But like and comment and subscribe before then.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
email the MP.
Yeah. Just get things you're get interested in.
Yeah,
things.
just like take an
It's
interest,
good.
like.
And it could
Please
be anything. It could be something small like stopping a railway bridge from being demolished next to your house.
Yeah.
Or
Or
if it's big
building
as,
a car park over like
Yeah.
a park or something.
There's different levels to
Yeah.
to protest. But yeah, it's good to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Any issues politically you feel strongly about?
Like
Could be anything.
What issues?
I don't like how
I'm excited to see where this is going.
What issues?
come back to me.
Come back. Okay.
Football and race. No, racism in football.
Yeah, there we go.
Football and racism.
You've got more football in brain.
I agree.
Yeah,
That's
no,
what
no.
I think.
Yeah. And again, another massive issue. Very
It
topical. Very topical.
Racism just full stop.
Yeah.
Agree. Yeah. I think often, people paint out football to be more racist than it really is, but I think it's just more made up of the general.
Did you see this?
views
It was a
and-
clip from some analysis after a game. There was a black journalist and a white lady, and they were having a discussion about black footballers being on Twitter and voicing their opinions.
Yeah.
I've seen that thing.
And then the woman was like, "Would it not be a solution for all the black footballers to just delete themselves off social media?"
I didn't see that. I'll be honest.
It was on Sky Sports, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that. I can't remember what it was,
Yeah, I
but
saw it,
just
yeah.
how outrageous is
Yeah.
that?
Well, it's like this very similar argument to, it's not the rapist's fault. It's because you've dressed like that. It's a very similar.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
exactly
yeah.
the same sort of argument.
It's
It's,
like, it's
saying
their
because they're on
fault.
social media, they put themselves in that
Yeah.
position. But being on a public platform, you should experience things like that. I do really
It's
think.
better for them to be on a public platform. To
Of
be able
course
to
it
use
is.
their platform.
Because they
Yeah.
can voice the opinions of all
Exactly.
the
Yeah,
people
yeah,
who don't have a voice.
And if they weren't on social media, for example, just as an example, if they didn't have these platforms, then things like this would get said, and no one could fight back.
Yeah.
The white people
Yeah.
can just say whatever they want. These people that are in these positions and stuff. It's crazy.
But I think there's a lot of stuff about people